Barattoota, na waliin gaaffii 10 qayyabachuun gaaffii 40 hojjechuudha. Kanaaf viidiyoon ani isiniif hojjedhu share, like, subscribe fi comment gochuudhaan akkana waliin qayyabattan irra deebiidhaan isin affeera. ተማሪዎች ከኔ ጋራ 10 ጥያቄን ማጥናት 40 ጥያቄን መመለስ ነው። በዚህ ሚዲያ የሚለቀቅላችሁን ቪዲዮዎችን ለማጥናት ሼር፣ ላይክ፣ ሰብስክራይብ እና ኮሜንት እንድታደርጉልኝ በትህትና ጠይቃችኋለሁኝ። Choose the correct answer from the given alternatives. Question number 1. A type of slope which is indicated by widely spaced at the top of a hill and close together at the bottom is A. Concave slope, B. Even slope, C. Convex slope, D. Escarpment. Question number 2. Which one of the following is not among the European contribution on modern map making? A. The concept of parallels and meridians, B. Substituting flat maps for globes, C. Mathematical method of map making, D. Pictographic mapping techniques. Question number 3. The prominent scholar who supported the school of possibilism is A. Charles Darwin, B. Ratzel, C. De Moulin, D. Favre. Question number 4. One of the following is not correct regarding the properties of globe. A. The scale on surface of a globe is identical on its entire surface. B. All meridians converge at poles. C. All parallels are parallel to each other. D. Parallels increase in length as they approach the poles. Concave slope is a type of slope which indicated by widely spaced at the top of a hill and close together at the bottom. This cup shows concave slope because the gradient is gentler at the top, hence contours are widely spaced, and steeper at the bottom, while contours are closer together at the bottom. B, C, D are not the answer. Why? Because even slope contours are evenly spaced, not changing in spacing, while convex slope is the opposite of concave. This bowl indicates convex slope, which is closer at the top and wider at the bottom. Escarpment is a steep slope or cliff, usually indicated by very close contours throughout. So, A is the correct answer for question number 1. Pictographic map technique is not among the European contribution to modern map making. Why? Pictographic maps using image to represent features is an early form of mapping, not European innovation in modern cartography. Parallels and meridians are developed further during the European age of exploration. Flat maps for globes, Europeans are popularized 2D projections like Mercator. So, is one of their contribution. Mathematical methods. Europe contributed greatly through cartographer projections and grid systems. So, D is the correct answer for question number 2. The prominent scholars who supported the school of possibilism are Blache from France, Favre, again he was a France, and Bruins was also a France, while Lenny Churchill Sample, USA, and Frederick Ratzel from Germany were the prominent supporter of environmental determinism. Favre was a leading prominent of possibilism, which asserts that humans adapt and choose among the environmental possibilities. Darwin was known for evolution, not geography, while Russell founder of environmental determinism, not possibilism. Demolins not associated with possibilism significantly. So, D is the correct answer for question number 3. Parallels are decreases in length as approach the poles. For example, here this is a globe, whereas this is 0 degree latitude, and while we are moving to the pole in both hemisphere, the length of the parallels are becomes decreases, not increases. Scale on the surface of globe is constant on the entire surface. So A is the correct. All meridians are converge at poles. Yes, meridians are converging to the pole. All parallels are parallel to each other. Yeah, it is true. But parallels increase in length as they approach the pole is incorrect because parallel lines of latitudes actually decreases in length as they move from the equator to the pole. For this reason, D is the correct answer for question number 4. Question number 5. The measure of the welfare of human beings in a certain state is A. Gross national product. B. Per capita income. C. Economic growth. D. Economic development. Question number 6. One of the following is considered as the disadvantage of Ethiopia's large size. A. Much cost for infrastructural facilities. B. Diverse agroecological zone. C. Widely variety of fauna and flora. D. Large amount of arable land. Question number 7. Which one of the following is the leading producer of both gold and cacao in Africa? A. Ghana. B. Zambia. C. Nigeria. D. Zimbabwe. Question number 8. Which one of the following is not the characteristics of developing countries? A. Lower per capita income. B. High level of literacy. C. Subsistence agriculture. D. High birth and death rates. Question number 9. What is the eastern extreme point of Africa? A. Cape Bon, 37 degree 21 minutes north. B. Cape Agulhas, 34 degree 52 minutes south. C. Cape Verde, 17 degree 33 minutes west. D. Cape of Gaddafi, 51 degree 28 minutes east. Economic development is the measure of welfare of human beings in certain states because it focuses on the overall welfare and also quality of life, including like that of healthy education, income, and infrastructure. Gross national product measures total economic output, including about abroad income. This is not a welfare indicator. Per capita income is the only average income. This does not reflect inequality or welfare. Economic growth refers to an increase in economic output. This is not necessarily better living condition. Reasonably, D is the correct answer for question number 5. Question number 6. Large countries like Ethiopia are expected to budget most of her budget share for infrastructural facilities, defensive force, and the others. This requires high investments in transportation, in healthy education across vast areas. But having a wide variety of fauna and flora is the advantage of having large size of landmass. Diverse agroecological zone is also its advantage, not disadvantage. Large amount of arable land is also the advantage of having large land masses. As a result, A is the disadvantage of having large land mass. Ghana is the leading producer of both gold and cacao in Africa. But Zambia is well known with the production of copper, not cacao or gold, while Nigeria is the leading producer of oil, not dominant in cacao or gold. So, A is the correct answer for question number 7. Developing countries are well known with having low per capita income, subsistence agriculture, and high births and high death rates. While developed nations are characterized by high level of literacy, while the developing countries are known with having high level of illiteracy. So, B is not the characteristics of developing countries. Rather, it is the characteristics of developed nation. The eastern extreme point of Africa is Cape Gardavi, which is found in Somalia with 51 degree 28 minutes east. D is the correct answer for question number 9. Cape Bon is on the extreme of northern tip, while Cape Agulhas is the southern tip of Africa, and also Cape Verde is the western extreme point of Africa. So, A, B, C are not the answer, while D is correct answer. Question number 10. The longest river in Ethiopia is called A, Nile, B, Wabishebele, C, Awash, D, Tekeze. Question number 11. Which one of the following relief structure of Africa covers the largest percentage? A, mountains, B, plateaus, C, plains, D, valleys. Question number 12. Animals that climb up trees and mostly found in the rainforest region of Ethiopia are video a natural region of the earth jedhu keessa yeroon gaaffii hojjedhu kana ibseen jira. ስለ ናቹራል ሪጅን ቱቶሪያል ተሰጣችሁ ዛሬ ላይ ጥያቄ ሆኖ የመጣውን አብራርቼላችኋለሁ ተማሪዎች ቪዲዮውን ተመልከቱ። ኤ አርቦሪያል፣ ቢ ጌም አኒማልስ፣ ሲ endemic animals, D aquatic animals. Question number 13. Which one of the following cold ocean currents makes the southwestern parts of Africa both cool and dry? A. Benguela, B. Canary, C. Mozambique, D. Labrador. Question number 14. Which of the following localities of Ethiopia experience a summer rainfall region? A. Gode, B. Moyale, C. Gondar, D. Asaita. In Ethiopia, the longest river is Wabi Shebele. Why Nile is not? Because Nile is becomes longest by crossing the national border. Transboundary river, not fully Ethiopian. But Wabi Shebele River is the longest river in Ethiopia through, though it does not reach the sea and left in Benadir Desert. Awash is important and heavily utilized, but much shorter. Takaze also is a major river, but not the longest in the country. Plateau is the dominant relief structure of Africa. B is the correct answer. Africa is often referred to as what? Plateau continent, because its landmass is dominated by the raised flatlands, while mountains are present but cover much less areas. Plains are also found in Africa, especially in coastal and river areas, but they are not dominant. Valleys are mostly part of the Rift Valley system. Again, they are not widespread. Animals that climb up trees and mostly found in equatorial rainforest region of Ethiopia are known as arboreal animals. These animals are adapted for living in trees, common in dense forests. But game animals are referred to hunted wild animals like antelope. Endemic animals are native to specific regions, but they are not necessarily tree dwellers. And also, aquatic animals are live in water, not on trees. For this reason, B, C, D are not the answer, but A is the correct answer. The Benguela ocean current is called ocean current that makes the southwestern parts of Africa both cool and dry. Especially Namibia and the southwestern Angola are more affected by Benguela cold ocean currents. So B, C, D are not the correct answer. Why? Canary is a cold current, but affect northwest Africa, especially areas like that of Morocco and the Western Sahara. Mozambique is a warm current, not cold ocean current, which affects southeastern Africa. While Labrador is located near North America, not in Africa. So, A is the correct answer. Gondar is located in summer rainfall region. It lies in northern highland and also receives rainfall mainly in summer or cramped. Gode is not categorized to the summer rainfall because it is located in the dry southeastern lowlands, especially arid zone. Moyale is also in south, receives bimodal rainfall. Two types of rainfall, especially the spring rainfall and the autumn rainfall. So it is not the summer. Asaita is in Afaan region. This is the arid zone or desert climate zones. It is not classified to the summer or cramped rainfall. So C is the correct answer for question number 14. Question number 15. The Maghreb region in North Africa and the Cape province of South Africa receives rainfall in winter from A. The westerly wind, B. South polar easterly winds, C. Southeast monsoon winds, D. North polar easterly winds. Question number 16. Which one of the following theories of human population has nothing to do with Karl Marx? A. Surplus population theories. B. Agricultural transformation. C. Population growth must have a natural limit. D. Socialism with new economic structure and a new social order. Question number 17. Which of the following branches of Great East Africa Rift Valley hosts the continent's highest block Horst Mountains? A. Ethiopia, Djibouti, Northern Somalia branch. B. Western branch. C. Eastern Gregory branch. D. Malawi Rift Valley. Question number 18. One of the following regions of Ethiopia has the lowest percentage from the country's urban population. A. Oromoo. B. Tigray. C. Addis Ababa. D. Gambella. Question number 19. Which one of the following is the main reason of Ethiopia's population pyramid to form a triangle? A. Low birth rates and a fewer dying of young people. B. High birth rate and a high death rate. C. Low birth rate and a high death rate. D. Low migration. For question number 50, the westerly winds bring rainfall to the Maghreb regions in North Africa and the Cape province of South Africa in the winter season. Because westerly wind brings winter rainfall to the region with the Mediterranean climate, including the Maghreb and the Cape provinces. South polar easterlies, indicated by B, and North polar easterlies are winds that receives or brings polar easterlies. These do not affect the listed regions significantly. Southeast monsoon affects Indian Ocean regions, not north or south of Africa. As a result, A is the correct answer for question number 15. Population growth must have a natural limit is a theory of Malthus. Since the argument of Malthus discusses that briefly the imbalance of natural resources and growth of population that leads to the poverty and the famine, the peoples must be limited. But choice A, B, and D are related to Marx's perspectives, focusing on economic structure, class struggle, and societal transformation. As a result, C is the correct answer for question number 16. The eastern or Gregory branch of the Great East African Rift Valley hosts the continent's highest block mountains like that of mountain in Kenya and mountain Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest block mountains. A hosts Rift Valley segments, not forests. B has lakes, Ethiopia and Djibouti parts, hosts rift segments, not the highest forests. Western branch has lakes and escarpments, but not the highest block mountains. And also, Malawi Rift Valley found farther south with lower elevation. As a result, C is the correct answer for question number 17. For question number 18, Gambella from Ethiopian region has the lowest percentage from the country's urban population. Students, as you know, Oromoo is the large region with many urban centers, while Tigray is known with higher urban percentage. And also, Addis Ababa is the most urbanized region and also the capital city of the country. But Gambella is among the least urbanized regions with low urban population and a limited infrastructure. So, D is the correct answer for question number 18. High birth rate and high death rate for question number 19 is the main reason of Ethiopia's population pyramid to form a triangle. Triangular population pyramid represents high fertility, larger, and high mortality with wide base and a narrow top with this diagram. Here is birth, okay, while here is days. So there is large days. The pyramid indicates this one. Triangular population pyramid represents high fertility and high mortality with a wide base and a narrow top. Choice A and C would produce a more column shaped or constrictive pyramid, while D migration affects population dynamics but not the overall pyramid shape significantly. B is the correct answer for question number 19. Question number 20. One of the following includes under systematic approach of geography. Which one? A. Geography of disease. B. Geography of Addis Ababa. C. Geography of Middle East. D. Geography of Africa. Question number 21. From the following, which one is the largest hierarchy of settlement based on the service gate diversified? A. Megalopolis. B. Conurbation. C. Metropolis. D. Large city. Question number 22. One of the following is unique feature of rural settlement. Which one is it? A. Settlers consist cities and towns. B. Settlers are specialized in business activities. C. Settlers are dependent on agriculture. D. Characterized with high population density. Question number 23. Which region of Africa is the largest in terms of its population size and the number of countries? A. Northern Africa. B. Central Africa. C. Eastern Africa. D. Southern Africa. Question number 24. Which of the following conservation measures of wild animal in Ethiopia have a best role? A. Establishing a national park. B. Replanting of trees. C. Afforestation. D. Controlling livestock population. Systematic approach of geography studies about systems like that of agriculture, diseases, famine, population, and the others. While the regional geography studies about regions, Addis Ababa, Africa, Balkan states, Middle East, the world, and the others. So, A is the correct answer for question number 20. Megalopolis is the largest and highest hierarchy of settlement based on service gate diversified. A is the correct answer for question number 21. Why B, C, and D are not the answer? Because conurbation is a group of towns or cities growing together, while metropolis is a very large and important city. Large cities are smaller than metropolis or conurbation. As a result, they are not the answer, but A is the correct answer. Question number 22. Settlement consists of cities and towns. This is urban settlement. B. Settlers are specialized in business activities. This is also the characteristics of urban settlement. C. Settlers are dependent on agriculture. This is a type of rural settlement. While D. Characterized with high population density says this is also urban settlement. So C is the correct answer, which is unique feature of rural settlement. Good. In terms of its population size and the number of countries, Eastern Africa is the largest. C is the correct answer. Establishing national park is a conservation measure of wild animal in Ethiopia have a best role, while replacing or replanting of trees and afforestation are helpful for vegetation but not direct wildlife conservation. But controlling livestock population might reduce grazing competition but does not directly conserve wildlife. As a result, A is the correct answer for question number 24. Question number 25. One of the following is not among the top goal of Ethiopian national strategy called ADLI. ADLI means agricultural development-led industrialization. Which one is not the goal of ADLI? A. Economic growth through rural center development. B. Effective education service. C. Improved living standards for rural and urban dwellers. D. Expansion of curative healthcare. Question number 26. One of the following is not correct about equatorial climate region. A. High angle of the sun throughout the year. B. high mean monthly and mean annual temperature. C. High daily and low annual range of temperature. D. Low total annual rainfall. Question number 27. Which of the following economic sector of Ethiopia has the lowest share according to their contribution to GDP? A. Service. B. Agriculture. C. Industry. D. Trade. Question number 28. What will be the consequence of the lower growth rate of population on the length of doubling time of the population? A. The longer is the doubling time. B. The doubling time of the population is constant. C. The shorter is the doubling time. D. Population growth could not be determined by the doubling time. The expansion of creative healthcare is not the main strategic goal of ADLI, but boosting agricultural productivity, economic growth through rural center development, which becomes a central goal of ADLI. ADLI also recognizes that human resources development, especially through education, improved living standards for rural and urban dwellers. This is the key objective of ADLI, to reduce poverty and improve living conditions for the majority. But expansion of creative healthcare. Healthy is important, but ADLI does not directly emphasize healthcare, especially creative services. It focuses more on economic development through agriculture than on expanding healthcare services. As a result, D is the correct answer for question number 25. Equatorial climate region is well known with having 1. High angle of the sun insolation throughout the year. 2. By having a high mean monthly, high daily, and low annual range of temperature. But low total annual rainfall is not the main feature of equatorial climate region. So D is not the correct about equatorial climate region. Industry is the economic sector of Ethiopia which has lowest share of GDP's contribution. Why? Because Ethiopia's economy is traditionally agricultural based, so the service sector has been expanding rapidly in recent years. Trade and service make significant contribution to GDP, especially in urban centers. The industrial sector, including manufacturing, contributes the smallest share to GDP, though it is a focus area of future growth. As a result, industry is the correct answer because it contributes the least to GDP compared to the other listed sectors. So, C is the correct answer. The longer is the doubling time will be the consequence of the lower growth rate of population on the length of the doubling time of the population. This means doubling time is a period it takes for a population to double itself in size at a given rate. It is calculated as doubling time is equals to 70 over growth rate. Therefore, if the growth rate decreases, the doubling time becomes increases, meaning it takes longer for the population to double. Okay, so A is the correct answer, but B, C, and D are not. Why? Choice B assumes it stays constant regardless of growth rate, which is false. Choice C contradicts the principle lower growth means longer time. D is incorrect because doubling time is mathematically linked to population growth rate. So A is the correct answer.
Chaanalii keessan Geolesson 17 Tube waan daawwattaniif galatooma. Geolesson 17 Tube chaanaalachuun sila gobanyaachuu አመሰግናለሁ። Geolesson 17 Tube chaanaalii milkoomina egeree dhalootaaf dhimmu